Hey everybody, my name is Brittany. I started studying the Bible in April of 2016, and when I started, I knew absolutely nothing about it. It was a lot to learn, it was confusing, and it was sometimes even stressful. So I decided to start making videos for beginners and a Bible for Beginner study, and just going over the basic overview of the Bible, all the books, not really going into a whole lot of detail or whatnot. So last week we did Numbers, and this week we're going to start on Deuteronomy. So we've gotten to the last book of the Torah, the last book that Moses wrote, and we're still in the desert, fleeing from the Egyptians, right? So what should have taken weeks has now taken about 38 years, and the old generation is dying out, the new generation is coming into adulthood and such, and they are getting ready to finally enter the promised land. But before they do that, Moses wants to preach to this new generation to make sure they know all of God's laws and they go in with the right mindset and know what to do. So this is his speech. The book of Deuteronomy is his speech to them to tell them how to behave once they enter the promised land. And then he's got his assistant, Joshua, that's been with him from the very beginning. He went up on the mountain with them and everything, right? Remember Joshua? So that is now the Israelites' new leader. Sorry, my hair is insane. That's now their new leader. So Moses appoints Joshua over them, and Moses stresses to them to obey the Lord in this new land, not to fall victim to any of the other gods or idols and start worshiping them. And he begs them to be more faithful than their parents were. And then he goes over all the laws and commandments. And then we get to Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. And this is a very important part. It's called the Shema. And it is a daily prayer in Judaism. Let's see if we can turn to it real quick. I should have already been there, but yeah. So Deuteronomy chapter 6. Yeah. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. So that is something that is recited every day by Jewish people. And then Moses reminds them of the grace of God that has been shown since they left Egypt. And if they keep strong to their faith, God will grow their numbers and take care of them. And then he goes over many other laws about canceling debt, serving the poor, festivals, and then telling them that they have to do these things to keep God's blessing. And then one of my favorite, I don't know why I like this so much, but Moses basically says that he knows that these people won't keep these and do this and follow this because they are stiff-necked people. And that's used a few times in the Bible and just used to describe stubborn people. And I love that saying, stiff-necked people. I find it hilarious. So he blesses all the families. And then because Moses cannot enter the promised land, he goes on up to Mount Nebo, overlooking the promised land. And he died at 120 years old. So they're all just sitting there waiting to go in. And the next book of the Bible is called Joshua. So Joshua is Moses' servant who has been, well, not servant, assistant, who has been with him through all of this. And he is the one that will lead the people, the new generation, into the promised land. So we will study that next week and see how it goes for the new generation of Israelites going into the promised land. I hope you guys have a great and awesome, blessed week. Thanks.